darling program. Welcome to APNCB Newspaper Review. Today we have the Punch newspaper and I have the Vanguard newspaper. Firstly, we are going to feature into the Punch newspaper for today. Lawmaker raised the alarm over insecurity in Nasarawa. The Nasarawa State House of Assembly has raised the alarm over the rising cases of insecurity in the state, especially kidnapping. Speaker of the House, Dr. Danladi Jatau, stated this on Wednesday after the members representing Lafia Central Constituency, Mr. Solomon Akwashiki, raised the issues as a matter of public interest during the House proceeding in Lafia State. The Speaker called on security agencies in the state to utilize the anti-kidnapping law passed by the House to curb kidnapping in the state. He also expressed concerns over the state was gradually becoming a kidnapping den. Earlier, a member representing Lafia Central Constituency, Mr. Solomon Akwashiku, has raised concern that Lafia, the Nasarawa state capital, was no longer a saving haven and following the continuous acts of kidnapping. Lawmaker raised the alarm over insecurity in Nasarawa state. The full details of these stories inside the Punch newspaper for today. Another story here with me in the Punch newspaper for today. Africa renewable futures need investment, not aid, United Nations tells global leaders. Africa has everything it takes to become a renewable superpower, United Nations head Antonio Guterres said on Thursday as he called for greater investment in green energy across the resource-rich continent. And Guterres spoke at the 3-day development congress in Japan, attended by the African leaders, where Togo is defining us as an alternative to China as African nations reach from a debt crisis and exacerbated by worsening and conflict and climate change. China has invested heavily in Africa over the past decade, with its company there signaling dealings with hundreds of billions of dollars to finance shipping ports, railways, road and other projects under big space and road global infrastructure initiatives. African countries have also seen Western and aid slash, in particularly due to President Donald Trump dismantling of the U.S. Agency for International Development. He also urged greater investment in climate solutions. African renewable futures need investment, not aid, says United Nations tells global leaders. The full details of these stories is inside the Punch newspaper for today. Another story here with me in the Punch newspaper for today. Gani Adams seeks truce between Oni of Ife and Laughing over chieftaincy's title. The Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, Iba Gani Adams, has appealed for peace between the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, and the Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, Oba Abimbola Owóadé, following their disagreements over the conferment of the chieftaincy's title in Ibadan-based businesses Mogun Dotun Sanusi. The Oni of had bestowed the honor of Oduduwa title on Sanusi during the unveiling of a social media and businesses networking platform held on Saturday, August 16, at Ilaji Hotel report. The source account no Ibadan. However, the more sparks controversies with the Aláàfin issued a 48-hour ultimatum to the Oni to revise the title or face consequences. In a perspective, Oni spokesman Mo said the monarch will not be drawn into threats and stressing that the matter had been left in the course of public opinions. Reacting in statements issued on Wednesday, Adams urged both traditional rulers to pursue an amicable resolution, warning that disunity among Yoruba monarchs could embolden external forces. Yoruba land is undergoing some perspectives of insecurity never returns. Prominent monarchs have rose to play in all this and said, we cannot avoid to allow external enemies to infiltrate us. If there is no crack in the wall, the lizard cannot penetrate it. Gani Adams described the Oni and the Aláàfin as custodian of Yoruba heritage and called for sustained peace to preserve the region's unity and stability. Gani Adams seeks truce between Oni of Ife and Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́ over the chieftaincy's title. The full details of these stories inside the Punch newspaper for today. Another story here with me in the Punch newspaper for today. Representatives command Jigawa investment in earth. Jigawa State government has earned high praise from the House of Representative Committee in Healthcare Services for its investments and reforms in healthcare. This was stated when the committee led by its chairman, Amos Magaji, paid a consultancy visit to Governor Umar Namidi at the Port Harcourt, the Jigawa State capital, on Wednesday, as part as the official strength So, speaking during the visit, Mogaji expressed satisfaction with the state's commitment and revealing that over 15% of Jigawa annual budget is allocated to health sector. The 15% in the budget has been given around and effectively changing the landscape of health in Jigawa State. The committee chairman also commended Jigawa decision to humanize health workers' salary with the federal case a more aim of reducing brain drain among medical professionals. Representative Command Jigawa invest in health sector. The full details of these stories inside the commercial for today. And before we come back to the second edition of this program, we would like to listen to what we have for you on the studio. We'll be right back for the second edition of this program.
Discover the uniqueness in the entertainment industry. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) is now the pace setter in the industry. Do you want to advertise your product and services? Count on us. We will do it much more than your expectations. African Broadcasting Network (ABN) will deliver quick and prompt services. Our quality and clarity stands us out when it comes to delivering quality broadcasting. Our staffs are hardworking and versatile in the specific field of office. Our environment is so conducive and we are open to all. We also give advice on how to run your business profitably. African Broadcasting Network is situated at
9894 Eastern Street, Suite 875, Houston, Texas 77036.
Contact phone 281-652-8396 and
832-490-8203.
Website www.abntvnetwork.com. ABN, celebrating Africans' rich culture.
Welcome back, and I hope you enjoy what we have for in our studio. Now to the second edition of this program. And before we come to the second edition of this program, if you'd like to share and watch the live and direct on our website page, you can follow us on our Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. On our Facebook, you can like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe and click on ABNCD OSUN. Likewise, on our YouTube, you can like, comment, and share, and subscribe and click on ABNTV Nigeria as well. And on our Twitter, you can like and share and comment on ABNTV OSUN. And likewise, on our Instagram, you can follow us, like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe and click on ABNTV Nigeria. And now to the second edition of this program, the Vanguard newspaper. Brutalized COP members let federal government intervene. Now Labour Party Global candidate Mugali, the candidates of the Labour Party and the members of the Anambra governorship election, Dr. George Mugali, has called on the federal government to intervene in what he called the contest brutality against innocent citizens by operatives of Anambra government's control security outfits. Mugali, who addressed reporters in Akwa over the recent brutalization of female corps members serving in the state and demanded the disbandment of the security group before the forthcoming governorship elections. He said incidents of this brutalization by the group had become so much hardened that the federal government needs to wade into immediately. He said the federal government should make a comment about this more also, as the lady is on the national assignment and should be protected. It should also intervene in the security situation in Anambra State. Mugali said although he learned that the operative involved had been arrested, there is also the need to find whereabouts of these victims. Government should bring us to public domain for us to tell a story. This is civilized community. We urge the federal government to ensure adequate provision of this enough security during the November 8th elections, and alleging that it had become clear that the asphalt was constituted to prosecute the elections. Brutalized COP members let federal governments intervene now, Labour Party Global candidates say. The full details of these stories inside the Vanguard newspaper for today. Another story here with me, the Vanguard newspaper for today, which is the last story here with me. Humanitarian Day, federal government assures a protection of Nigeria with special needs. The federal government on Wednesday reiterated its resolve toward the formulation of policies and programs that will protect and support Nigeria with autism and other special needs. Special Assistant to President Bola Tinubu on Arts, Culture and Tourism and the Creative Economy, Mr. Ayo Adeago, gave the assurance in Abuja during the commemorations of the 2025 World Humanitarian Day organized by Reforms Initiatives funded by Mrs. Taubat Ajiboye. Speaking on the administration policy for special need, he said, we are upgrading most of our policies in the Ministry of Arts, Culture and Tourism, says Adiago, who affirmed that Tinubu administration has changed the narrative in the creative ecosystems. And within 2 years of this establishment of the Federal Ministry of Arts and Culture, creative economy, applauded the ministers of arts and culture, Inasu Musa. Ingenuity, especially on creative policies as well as infrastructural development in Nigeria. Humanitarian Day. Federal government assures on protections of Nigeria with special needs. The full details of this story is inside the Vanguard newspaper today. And that's what we have for in our newspaper review. If you like to watch it live and direct on our social media page, you can follow us, like, share, comments, and make sure you subscribe. And follow us on our Facebook, you can like, share, and click on ABNCB Nigeria Houston. And on our YouTube, you can follow us on ABNCB Nigeria. And likewise on our Twitter, you can follow us on like, share, comments, and make sure you subscribe. And click on ABNCB Houston. And lastly, on our Instagram, you can follow us on ABNCB Nigeria. And for those of you who are using TikTok, you can also follow us, like, share, comments, and make sure you subscribe. And follow us on ABNCB Nigeria as well. My name is Kenya Folabi. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Meet you same time this time next week. Bye for now.